cocks and roosters on the farm. I'm just speeding back with Susan the alarm. Johnny ate the grass, he's moving on a bong. Gypsy blisters never seen for long. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong.
Awesome. How's your week been going? What you been up to?
Had a pretty good week.
Yeah.
Kind of just normal training.
Yeah.
I don't really do a lot other than that.
Really?
I train, come home, play video games.
Play video games?
Yeah, I
What
stream.
games do you play?
A lot of 2K.
Okay.
Call of Duty with my friends. I'm not very good, but I like playing with my friends.
Okay.
Any sports game, really.
Wait, so you stream like online?
Yeah, I stream on Twitch,
sick.
YouTube. So I've been doing that for a
Cool.
while. I used to be real into it, but
Yeah.
not so much anymore. I do it. It's fun, but
Yeah. How many viewers are you getting? Normally?
it depends what game I'm streaming. If I'm
Yeah.
streaming like UFC, I used to be a pro at the video game, and that's kind of what got me into martial arts. But
Oh,
if I'm streaming
sick.
UFC, I'll probably pull in 10, 15 viewers sometimes.
Okay.
This depends on the game, really. 2K,
Yeah.
not as much. It's a lot harder to get traction with larger scale games. Martial arts is like a niche
yeah,
that
yeah.
I kind of found, but
Wait, so UFC has a game
yeah.
where you can like fight in the game?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I need to play that. That actually
It's-
would be good.
it's
I
fun.
think that would be fun to virtually fight people, but it's someone else. Like you're playing someone else.
You're playing
or
someone
sometimes
else.
it's a.
You
it's
can
a
play the computer, but I'm a very competitive guy. I don't like competing against computer.
Yeah, you want to like compete against.
Against
somebody.
another person.
Do
Yeah.
you talk to them?
I don't have to. No. Sometimes I
Okay.
do. I'm like mic'd up. Like we'll join a Discord server or something like that.
Okay, yeah,
We'll talk to
yeah.
each other, but I don't have
I
to.
used to do that for Minecraft. I
Yeah?
used to play Minecraft with people, and then like we would all talk on the microphone, like on the headset, and it was so much fun.
Yeah. I like
Minecraft
games.
is super gay.
So you
though.
play a lot of games or no?
I used to be way more into video gaming than I am now, and
Yeah.
it was because of Twitch actually, because I
Yeah.
used to watch people play.
Yeah.
For like that would be my version of podcast before I like really started listening
Yeah.
to podcasts a lot. I would just watch people play video games, and then I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna start playing video games.
Yeah.
And so then I started playing like Minecraft, Animal Crossing, Sims, and then I played Call of Duty sometimes. I played Overwatch. That was one that I really liked. And then I played Starfield. That one I got
I have no
like,
idea what that is. But
Really?
It's okay.
I literally got super into Starfield. That game is really fun, but it's like super complicated. And I'm not very good at complicated games. Like anything that requires a lot of thoughts or like puzzle solving, like oh, you have to find, you know what I mean? All that. I'm not trying to do all that. I just want to like make my character and
There you
then like walk around.
What was your favorite Sims one?
Oh, probably Sims 4.
Sims 4. I played Sims 2 and 3.
Mhm.
I didn't really get into 4.
Yeah.
But Sims 2, I was like a kid. There is so many like expansion packs for it.
Yes,
bought, like,
I know.
all of them.
I know, and
Yeah.
all the money it's too much. And
Yeah.
I remember like whenever that like code hack thing came out and you could like give yourself unlimited money.
Yeah.
You just kept typing in the thing and like you just get millions and millions of dollars. I did that and I was living like the Kardashians. I literally had like 5 mansions, 27 kids, 26 baby daddies. Like I really was in there on Sims.
I feel
I
that.
love Sims so much. Sims is fun. So are you from this area?
Yeah, I grew up here.
Okay.
Went to Heritage High School over. Where are you from? Here?
I'm not from here.
So-
I'm from like the Panhandle, so I'm
Gotcha,
not from here at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grew up here. Went to college a couple different places. Came back when I was done.
Okay,
But,
cool. Are you liking it here? You like living here?
I like my family. I like being close to my family. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I lived when I was in college. I was living in Atlanta, and I lived
Okay.
in Lexington, Kentucky.
Okay.
I loved the place, but I miss being around my family a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That is exhausting sometimes not
Yeah.
being like close to your family because I'm a very family oriented person too.
Mm-hmm.
And most of my family all live like in the Panhandle or Alabama. That's like where all my family lives. And I moved here, but my grandparents were here. So like it helped me a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's still hard. Like
Having-
my parents are like my best friends.
Uh-huh.
So like not living close to my parents has been tough.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
How long you been living here?
I've been living here since 2020. I moved
Okay.
here in September of 2020.
Gotcha.
September,
Why here?
October. Oh, so whenever the pandemic happened, I lived in a super small town that didn't have anything going on. Pandemic happened, everything shut down, and I was an esthetician at the time, so I worked in spas,
What is that? Okay.
like facials, waxing, that whole stuff.
Gotcha.
And so I was doing that, and so when the pandemic happened, everything closed. So like I didn't have a job, and then I was just like working at Ruby Tuesdays for their to go, like for like 2 months, and I'm like, this is just fucking pointless. Like, what am I doing? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I was so depressed there. There's nothing there, like anything going on. So my grandparents have lived in Melbourne for a couple years at that point. And I was just talking to my grandma, like, dude, I don't know what to do. Like, I feel depressed. I feel like I'm not moving forward in life. Like, I'm just not really doing much. So she was like, just come live with us for a little bit. It's open. There's this guy named Ron DeSantis who doesn't give a fuck about COVID and was like,
Sick.
everything's open. We got stuff going on. There's spas. There's people. Like, come move here. If you love it, get your own place. If you hate it, then go back home. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. So I like moved in like a week. Like I quit my job, or ended my lease early and was like, I'm just going to do the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
So I've been here since then. And yeah, it's sick. This is a cool place. There's a lot of cool, sick people, a lot going on, a lot of opportunities for everything. MMA, jiu-jitsu, karate, whatever the fuck. And, you know, just there's everything. Were you born here?
No. I was born in Jamaica. Moved here when I was 4.
Sick.
And then my parents they wanted the better life.
Yeah.
So
how in the world do you go from Jamaica to Brevard County? Like
that's where my dad got a job up here. He's an engineer. So he first moved to Titusville.
Okay.
I was working there for a long time. And then he came down to the city of Melbourne. But we're always living like Melbourne, Palm Bay area.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So he was an engineer for like SpaceX or anything in particular?
No, civil engineer. So he worked for like the city of Titusville. So if you need a building built, you have to kind of come through him. So and then he did the same thing in Melbourne.
Awesome.
He's retired now, but cool guy, super cool guy.
Awesome. Are you guys close?
Super close.
That's good. I always feel like I can tell when people are super close with their parents. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we have a different energy than the losers. You know, parents died or something. So it's like it definitely, that's cool though. Have you been back to Jamaica like as an adult?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm going back in December.
Awesome.
I haven't been since COVID though, but
I had a Jamaican beef patty once and that shit was good.
I like them. They're good.
They're fire. You
got to have one from Jamaica. Those are better than.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Jamaican food is always because so like in Titusville, do you know Rhythm Kitchen?
I'm not familiar with Titusville.
Okay, there's a place in Titusville called Rhythm Kitchen. It's a Jamaican restaurant. It's like a food truck thing, and they have like a storefront now. But I'll be honest, I didn't have Jamaican food until I moved here.
Really?
I had no clue. No idea. No, I knew like, you know, Jamaica the country, but like I didn't know what food they had as their country, and I never had it. And so I worked in Titusville, and one of my coworkers was like, dude, there's this place that's like 3 minutes away. They have Jamaican food. So I was like, all right, like I guess I'll try it. I'm not really one that like is super open to trying things sometimes. It just depends. And so I went and I got like a Jamaican beef patty. They had like these like curry like wing things and the rice, bro. I ate there for like a month straight every day.
I like Jamaican food, but I don't eat it too much anymore.
Oh really? What's like your favorite thing?
My favorite food to eat, period?
Favorite food to eat, period.
I like lobster. I'm a big seafood guy.
Love
seafood. So
you like to dip it in the butter?
It doesn't even have to. I like the butter. I like food, but I eat when I'm hungry. I'm not like I wouldn't say I'm a big foodie.
Like you're not a foodie.
No,
yeah.
I've always been a skinny guy.
I clearly am a big foodie. I absolutely love food. I think food is so good. But yeah, Jamaica, I want to go to Jamaica. Jamaica seems like such a beautiful country.
It is.
It seems so gorgeous. I always see like people go for vacation and send me pictures and stuff, and it's so beautiful.
It's very pretty, but
not somewhere you want to live.
Not so. Yeah, exactly. Not somewhere you want to live.
Or wait, whenever he was talking about they're eating the cats and dogs, is that Jamaicans that they were talking about?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Who was it?
Maybe Haitians.
Oh, Haitians.
I don't know. I can't speak on that. I don't know.
Can't speak on that. We have no idea. That's so cool. That's so interesting. So what did you do in college?
I played basketball.
Okay.
So that's what I was there for, really. But
I should have known that.
Business and a little bit of computer science. I did the first 2 years business, and I was just doing it just because I didn't really know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Business is not, I guess it's kind of easier, one of the easier majors to study in college, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of just, you're doing
and you can
something.
also use it for a bunch of different things.
Exactly,
like, it can go anywhere, really.
So I started in that, but I'm like, I don't even want to do this. So I switched to computer science. Computer science is cool, but it's
So you're like nerdy.
a little bit, yeah.
You're a nerd.
I would consider that a little bit, but
computer science, I literally I wouldn't even know anything about that. I have no clue.
Yeah, I never finished a degree. I don't enjoy doing the work, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's what it came down to. Yeah, sure, you could do something, but are you really passionate about it?
Yeah, 100%.
It's a lot of just work by yourself. It's almost like, I would say coding is almost like doing a puzzle.
See, people that can do that shit scare the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Like when people are like, yeah, I'm going to college for coding. And I'm like, but why though?
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
what are you trying to do with that? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That stuff is so scary.
Yeah.
Like hackers and stuff.
Yeah, unless you're passionate about it, it's super boring to
Yeah,
me.
and it's like if you are passionate about it, you have to be psychotic.
A little bit, yeah.
You'd have to be a little bit psychotic.
Yeah, a lot
and
of
like a virgin. You know what I mean? Like
You're not lying. You're not lying. A lot
I
of my
can't
classmates.
imagine. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's cool though. Yeah. Whenever you were playing college basketball, so you played like basketball for college?
Yes.
In
yes.
Atlanta?
Yes, I went to Oglethorpe
Okay.
University, and then I
Okay,
went
cool.
to Transylvania University. I know that sounds like a made-up place.
Transylvania?
Transylvania,
Like
yeah.
Hotel Transylvania?
Exactly. Yeah.
Was there a lot of like homosexuals?
I guess there's a lot of different people in college. I guess
Where's Transylvania?
it's in Lexington, Kentucky. We're
Oh, they're definitely
right down
no
the street
trans or
from.
homosexuals over there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Lexington, Kentucky. Isn't that like where the drugs are? Isn't that the place that everyone talks about? Like where they're like people are like
I mean,
falling out?
maybe I don't know. I mean, it was like downtown Lexington, so there was a lot of
Okay.
like crime and homeless people. But I mean, that's any downtown kind of.
I mean, yeah, that's anywhere. That's
Yeah,
right. That's
so-
in my backyard.
But it was cool. I mean,
Yeah.
we're right down the street from University of Kentucky, so that was big time. Like even though we're
Cool.
a small private school, like you still got to go.
Do you
like,
still play basketball? Like, is that still something you do?
No, I shoot around here and there, but
Were you dunking on bitches? Like, what?
I could dunk. Yeah,
Really?
I'm a skinny guy. It doesn't take much to get up in the air. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool.
I love basketball. I like watching basketball. It's like one of the like few male sports that I really genuinely like watching.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
love
So much
basketball.
fun. That's why I play 2K now. I feels like when I get 4 other guys on the mic, it feels like I'm playing again.
Yeah.
And we're all communicating. It's good. I like
That's
it.
hilarious.
Yeah.
2K is really fun. I used
Yeah.
to play 2K with my dad.
Yeah?
We used to play. And then I would play FIFA sometimes.
Big FIFA guy.
But I can't really play against people because people are so good. Like
Yeah.
I'm not that good. Some people are literally so good.
good,
Like
yeah.
it's wild. Isn't that how Sketch got famous? What game was he playing?
Maybe. I think either 2K or Madden. I
Oh,
want
he
to
was
say Madden.
playing Madden.
Madden.
Gotcha.
Yeah, football.
Madden.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So how did you go from basketball Kentucky to here?
What do you mean? Like moving back here? Or?
Yeah, like what made you decide to like
Oh, I
not do
dropped
that
out of school.
anymore?
Dropped
Oh,
out
you
of
just
college.
were like, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
well,
dropped out of college too. It is
I
what
was
it is.
okay. Here's the trauma.
Okay, love it.
So
Get situated.
Everything is going well. You know, I transferred from my first school. Came back to a small private school here called Weber International.
Okay.
The coach that recruited me there, he ended up going to a different school, but like right before the semester started. So maybe he recruited me over the summer. I enrolled, and he got a new job at a better school, like maybe August. So we're about to start, and then we get a new coach.
Okay.
So I'm not his guy. He's bringing his own guys in. So it's like, okay, it's kind of a messed up situation. So I go, I transfer, and then I'm in Kentucky. I have to sit out that first year because you just transferred. So I missed that season. And then the upcoming season, I'm probably going to start. I'm like, okay, maybe I could be an all conference player. Like everything's going well. Preseason rolls around. I tear my hamstring.
Ooh.
Backtrack like 2 years ago, or 2 years prior, when I was at my other school, I had a back surgery. So that's probably where like all of my problems started happening.
Yeah.
So I tear my hamstring and just didn't feel like like I kind of just burnt out. I've been playing basketball my whole life.
Yeah.
I got to the next level and things just not going my way. I transfer to school. Okay, this coach is invested in me. I get a new coach. And then this new guy does not really fucking with me. So
Gotcha.
I go to a different school. Everything's lining up great. You know, I'm excited to go. I'm working hard, probably in the best shape of my life, playing the best I've ever been. And I tear my hamstring. So like it feels like every time I'm about to go, it's like failure to launch every time.
Yeah.
So at that point I was just kind of burnt out. I should have stuck it through, but to be honest, I hadn't really dealt with that much adversity in my life before that.
Yeah.
I always kind of like I always applied myself to what I did.
Yeah.
And naturally, I was kind of always a smart kid, so I got
you didn't
what I
have,
wanted.
Like any type of like struggle or like resistance much.
Yeah,
until
not too
that.
much. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't always get my way, but sports kind of taught me that I don't always get my way. But
Yeah.
like this is like it kind of felt like out of my control.
Right.
So it kind of just broke me. So and then
Yeah.
being away from my family kind of just broke me. So I
It all
dropped
just
a,
like piled
yeah,
together.
and then I'm not
yeah.
liking the major I'm studying. Like, what am I really doing this for? So I come back home, and when I was injured, I really got into playing the UFC video game.
Okay.
And that's kind of what sparked my interest in MMA. I never really thought I'd do it.
Really? So you were playing UFC the game,
Yeah,
and you were
UFC
like,
3.
That's what really started to like it.
Exactly.
That's cool.
It was UFC 214. I can remember exactly. I think maybe
Who did you play as?
my main guy back then. I think his name is Anthony Pettis. It
Oh,
wasn't.
I don't know who this.
Yeah, UFC 3, and then when I started getting into the game, favorite guy was Max Holloway. I love Max Holloway.
Oh yeah, we love him.
To this day.
We love him. He's actually really funny. I've seen him on like a couple things. He's funny.
My favorite fighter.
Cool.
Got into it from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were playing it, and then so how did you go from sitting in your room playing video games, snacking alone, to I'm gonna do this?
Just started training. You know, I started watching the sport a lot. I fell in love with it. I'm like, okay, let me go try some jiu-jitsu. I need something to do. I'm an active guy. COVID kind of rolled around, and I just needed something to do. I was kind of depressed. I was like, what am I really doing? I was working a flooring job at the time, and I was like, okay, let me go train jiu-jitsu. Never planned on fighting. Just wanted to learn how to fight. I was deathly afraid of fighting.
Yeah.
I used to be big into weightlifting. I just wanted to get big enough so people wouldn't try to fight me.
Yeah.
I was always a skinny kid, but I got up to I was probably like 30 pounds heavier. I was a pretty big guy at that time.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then you decided I want to go train jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, go train jiu-jitsu.
What did you do to get involved at the gym?
Emmanuel Clark, he trains with us now. Manny.
Oh, okay.
I played basketball with him in high school. He's on my high school team.
Yeah, he's really nice.
So he kind of just introduced me to weight, and I started training. Yeah.
Sick. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you just did jiu-jitsu at first, and you were deathly afraid of fighting, and now you're like a fucking monster. I was literally telling Jake, because he was like, we need to have Alex on the pod. I'm like, dude, can we please just relive whenever he knocked that guy out and the whole crowd went nuts?
Yeah.
It was insane. It was so, because I've only seen that on TV, right? Because I'll be honest, I love when people get knocked out. Absolutely love it. Only thing I want to see, if people are fighting and they're not getting knocked out, it's lame. I want people to fight to the death. And I've never seen that in actual live
It's different
time.
being there in person.
So different. And you killed that shit. You ate the fuck down. Seriously, that shit was so cool.
I appreciate it. It doesn't feel like it's me when I'm in there. When I'm watching it back, it's like an outer body experience.
Yeah, because it's you're kind of disassociated.
Yeah, I'm just there.
Yeah.
In order to really be free, you kind of accept what happens. It's a funny thing you said that. The other day, someone was asking me, how are you able to go do that? I'm like,
yeah.
Honestly, it's just I'm resolved from the beginning. Whatever happens, happens. If that means I get knocked out, I get knocked out.
Yeah.
But you can't be afraid of the moment or anything. If you're thinking, you're too slow. So you're just in there reacting.
It almost reminds me of when people say you're gonna fail if you hesitate.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
100%.
Anything you're doing,
100%.
you can't hesitate, because that's where you're gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
You have to just do it.
Yeah.
So what made you go from okay, I'm training jiu-jitsu, but I don't want to fight, to I want to do this?
I started competing in jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
I lost my first tournament, got put to sleep. And I'm like, okay.
Really?
So that really fueled the fire. I'm a competitive guy. Whatever I do, I want to be good at.
Is it psycho that I want that to happen to me?
Really?
I want to be put to sleep. I just want to see how it feels.
It doesn't feel like anything, to be honest. You wake up, you're like, oh, what happened? I woke up to Wade's face. He's like, oh, mama ain't raised no bitch. But that was it.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
So you got put to sleep.
I got put to sleep my first tournament, and then started training a lot harder. I'm like, okay, I really want to go win. They're like, whatever I get into, I throw myself into full-fledged. Like the gaming.
Yeah.
I just started playing the game. All right, I spent hours and hours. I became a pro at it. I'm like, okay. So I was actually in the first esports league sponsored by the UFC. And then
wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, so you weren't just doing that for fun. You were legit doing the damn
whatever
thing.
I do,
So you were making money from it.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
Not a lot of money. There's not that much money in gaming like that. We're getting paid, but
I feel like some of the video game people make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But that's like top dogs.
Top.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you competed in an actual
Yes.
Did you win?
I won. I think I won two of them in the esports league, but I won leading up to it. I had to qualify. Top 16 guys in the world.
What the hell? Okay, so he's over here I just played video game. No, you legit did the whole thing.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Qualified for it, and I was playing it. I didn't feel good. I felt depressed. My self-worth is related to something on a screen. So that's when I started training. That's what got me into training. I'm like, let me go do this in real life.
Yeah. That's interesting. I have heard people say that though about video games.
Yeah, it's horrible for your mental.
Yes,
to be a professional gamer.
I've heard that. But on screen, and people love you so much and love watching you, and don't feel that way. No, but on the inside, you do feel that way.
Yeah,
because you're alone. Yeah,
it's empty as hell.
Yeah,
a lot of your day is by yourself in your room, just playing.
Damn, that's literally so depressing. That makes you want to cry. That's so sad. But if you enjoy doing it, but I completely see what you're saying. Being alone in your room, a lot of YouTubers and people that do that type of stuff feel that way, because it's you're just you know, you're just making content for people that you don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like going into like an oblivion void, and it's just like, it's scary.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you lost the first match. So you were like, you know what, I want to train harder, and I want to get better.
Yeah. Went again, put everything into it, and lost again. I had to figure out how to compete without putting too much pressure on myself.
Yeah.
And from there, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to have fun. So before every fight, before any jiu-jitsu match, I'm smiling.
Yeah.
Even when I'm fighting, sometimes you'll see me smile, and people are like, "You're fucking crazy! Like, what are you thinking about?"
No,
I'm just having fun.
If you go to fight someone and they're smiling, I would be scared too.
Having fun. But yeah. Sorry, you gotta rein me back in.
Oh no, you're cool. So yeah, you were saying that like you lost again, and then you were like, I want to. Now you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah. So I figured out the mindset, and from there, started winning a whole bunch of jiu-jitsu competitions. Man.
Gotcha. So you feel like your mind switch change was like, I want to be realistic for myself and not hold yourself to too much high of a standard.
I tend to be almost a perfectionist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I push myself very hard in training, but when it comes to the fight, I've done all the work. So now I just relax and have fun. Yeah. Whatever happens, happens. So that definitely has helped a lot.
100%. I feel like people who are perfectionists too, and like are like super like, I have to do it this way and it has to be a certain way. There's pros and cons to it because you get really good at something really fast because you are like persistent about it. Yeah. But the negative side is that you put
so much pressure on yourself.
And if you like make one wrong move or you do something, you're like, you can't sleep. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's cool. So that fight that I watched, how do you mentally prepare for something like that?
A lot of dark places in training. I train with some of the best guys in the world. I go to a gym over called Fusion Excel. It's over in Orlando. And I'm able to train with some guys in the UFC currently and some good high-level pros right now. So I'm just blessed to be where I'm at. But you only get to be that free going through a lot of fucking dark spots like where you don't want to be anymore. Yeah. And it's just like, damn, this really sucks. Like, but this is what it takes to be good at this. But in the moment, it's like, damn, this dude's really beating my ass right now.
Yeah. Like, I think that's what's interesting about like MMA and fighting as a sport that's different than other ones. Because MMA is one of those sports where the more you lose, the better you get. Yeah. Other sports, the more you win, the better you get. Like basketball or football or those sorts of things. You need wins to get better and figure out what's working. Yeah. MMA is one of those things where, no, you need to get the shit beat out of you. You need to lose so you can get better. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I could see how that's like mentally fucking taxing. Yeah, no, it's like getting choked and hit. I literally couldn't do that.
Yeah, no, training is not. Training for a fight is
that is a great tie into the point you just made about like training. Like, I'm not trying to talk Alex up because he's on the pod. I talk him up all the time. Yeah. But the deliberacy of his training, like to be able to have fun in the cage, takes a type of person to like put themselves in bad spots. Alex can dog me, but today we trained together and he put himself on the bottom for 5 minutes straight. Yeah. Because he's got a fight coming up and he just knows like, this dude's got 100 pounds on me, bro. If I can even make space with him, if I can, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's that dark.
It's that part of like where are my weak spots? Like I need to find it myself, and I want to be able to make those better, so there is none. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I remember like because I remember when I first met you, you were literally so quiet and like didn't say anything, and
I'm a very quiet guy.
Very demure, like definition of demure. Literally never said a peep. Beautiful, gorgeous, did his thing and left. And then we went to go see your fight, and I remember seeing you like walking into the thing, and I'm like, that's not the same guy. That's Alex, the one that's literally like never does, like is smiling all the time. Yeah. And then I saw you fighting, and I was like, that's scary. It's like, I feel like so many people that have like certain things they do, like fighting is one of them. People that do like something crazy, you know what I mean? Have like, it's just a whole side of them that's like
totally
doesn't pertain to anything else in life but that. You know what I mean? That's interesting.
It's kind of where I let out, like, I don't like hurting people's feelings. I feel like I always try to be a nice guy. Yeah. But deep down inside, I slap the fuck out of a lot of people. So that's my time to let it out. But I try to be like a nice person. I won't cause you
emotional damage, but I will physically harm you.
That's
actually hilarious.
Yeah. I may not always say what I have to say, or you know, I always just try to mind my business. I'm going along, just minding myself. But that's, I think, at the end of the day, I think that's who I really am. But that guy can't be out, and that guy doesn't work in everyday life.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, only when need to. Yeah. Have you ever like beat the shit out of somebody like not in the ring?
No,
like in like a street fight or something?
I'm not a very confrontational person.
Okay. Well,
I don't feel so. I'm a competitive guy, but I wouldn't say I'm super confrontational.
Being competitive though is such a good quality to have. A lot of people that are competitive naturally use it for a disadvantage in their life and or just want to be better than other people. But you're someone that's like, I want to be competitive because I want to be better for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a good quality to have and a good trait to have.
Yeah.
Is your family competitive?
My mom is, I think that's where I get a lot of my just obsession from.
Oh,
She's super academically, like, she's still, she graduated, I want to say last year with her master's, but like she's 60 something, has no reason to do it, has a good job, you know, killing it in her career, but just
awesome.
Always is like searching knowledge, and that just has a crazy drive, crazy work ethic.
Yeah.
I think that's where I got it from, but not overly competitive. Just like if she dials in on something, she'll spend 12, 13 hours in a row just studying whatever.
Wow.
Won't take a break, just sitting there. I'm like, Mom, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Like,
I think a lot of people like recognize that too about like certain cultures, like Jamaican culture, Haitian culture.
Yeah.
Some of those cultures are super dedicated and have a very high drive.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing. And I think it's really cool. And I think that I could tell how that's like you adapted that trait of being like super hardworking.
I didn't see it until later, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's where I got it from. Okay, makes sense. Me and her butt heads a lot. We're kind of both. I don't
alike.
I don't really like people telling me what to do, and she's like the boss. You know what I mean?
She's your mother.
Yeah. So we always butt heads a lot, but a lot of my traits come from her, I would say.
Now you said that your dad got a job here from Jamaica.
Yeah.
Are you guys like first generation? Like, are your parents were the first ones from your family to be in America?
Yes.
Holy shit, that's so cool.
So I don't speak amazing patois because my mom hates when she wanted me to speak good English, you know, be able to. So she kind of shunned that away from me. But my
family is the same way.
I understand it perfectly. Like they talk to me in patois and everything, but I think I sound funny. I sound like an American when I'm trying to speak.
Yeah. So. I feel the same way. My parents raised me the exact same way because my mom was born in Spain. They grew up in Spain. My grandma lived in Spain and Portugal her whole life. My dad is Mexican American, and my mom was like, I don't want my kids to speak a different language. I want them to have perfect English because I don't want anyone to say anything about them not knowing English or whatever.
Yeah.
So my mom did the same thing to me, but I wish I would know.
Yeah. Looking back at it, I'm like,
of
that's
course,
not going to prevent me.
Yeah, but, like you want to know your language.
Yeah, exactly.
And now, is that a hard language to speak? I've never heard it before.
No, it's not really. I mean, there's a lot of different words, but it's English. It's just broken down English. It's like slang, but Caribbean slang. Yeah.
Now, do you have any siblings?
My sister. I have one sister. Older sister. She's 5 years older than me.
Okay. Are you guys close?
That's my best friend.
Oh,
very, very close.
That's so sweet. That's cute. I think, was she at the fight when I saw?
100%. She's at all my fights.
I feel like maybe you had mentioned her sister was there. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, she's at all my fights. Yeah.
Awesome. Does she live here too?
She lives in Jacksonville.
Okay, so not far. Like
not far. About 3 hours. 2-3 hours, yeah.
Okay, cool. And that's your best friend? That's awesome.
Friend, yeah.
And she goes to every single one of your fights?
She's been to every one but one. I had one boxing match like in Tampa, just a random one.
So she's like number one fan.
Number one fan.
You're number one fan.
100%.
Love that. Sisters are the best.
I love her so much.
Sisters are literally the best for anything.
What about you? You have siblings?
I have 2 younger sisters.
Okay.
I'm the oldest, so they're both like shitty teenagers right now. They act like they know everything. Gotcha. My middle sister just turned 21, and I don't even know, like, not just turned 21. She turned 21 like in May, but it's I don't know how to feel about it. It's so weird. And my other sister just turned like 19, and I'm like, what the hell's happening? Yeah. Like whenever I was their age, I was ruining my life, and they like live with my parents and like make them dinner and or just love them so much, and I was horrendous. I was like in jail twice by the time I was her age. Like I was just like, I was a terrible kid, terrible sister, all of those things. So yeah, they're both, one of them is going to school online, and the other one's just kind of figuring out life, working, saving up money to figure out what she wants to do. They're both good head on their shoulders. Yeah. A lot better than me. I'm like, you guys are way ahead. I'm like, I just turned 26 and I'm still like.
I think parents get better at parenting the more kids they have.
100%. 100%.
That definitely is it.
Yeah, 100%. And now she's older than you. So you.
Youngest.
So how old are you when you guys moved to Palm Bay?
4.
You were 4 years old. Okay, so you've been here like
whole life. I grew up here, man.
Cool. Do you still have like? Now, have you noticed? This is a question I always want to know. Do you have any friends that you had before you started doing MMA that now that you do MMA treat you different? Because you're
a
kind
lot
of
of
like you're
people.
kind of like a low-key celebrity. Like
A lot of
you're
people.
locally famous.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. I don't go out much, so.
Okay.
But whenever I do go out, yeah, I'm treated differently a little bit, but I don't feel like I'm a different person.
Yeah. Well, that's good. If you don't feel like you're a different person, that's always a benefit.
I guess I am a different person, but I don't see myself that way, you know?
Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
I feel like you're probably a different person, but in a good way.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
a better version of
Yeah.
yourself.
I saw someone that I hadn't seen since like high school, and they're like, I feel like I'm like, you're a totally, completely different person right now. I'm like, oh, I don't really feel that way.
Really?
Yeah. But
That's funny. I kind of had the same experience like before Kill Tony. After Kill Tony,
Yeah.
I like there's so many people I went to school with
Yeah.
that like are messaging me
Yeah.
and like, oh, I always knew like no
Yeah.
you didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I haven't seen
Exactly.
you since I was like an idiot.
yeah.
I haven't seen you since I was like 50 pounds lighter. And I don't really want to talk about that. So it's interesting. I always wonder that like people that are doing something like really cool and like are you know what I mean
Mhm.
and like you're on flyers and shit and like people are talking about
Yeah.
you and like you know all this and that and like how people treat you
A little bit
differently.
different. Yeah.
Especially in person. I feel like it's way different.
Yeah. Yeah. My
Yeah.
close friends kind of treat me the same, but other than that, like, I guess, yeah, strangers definitely I'm received different. Or not
Yeah.
strangers, but people I wouldn't say like I'm super close with.
Yeah. So
Acquaintances.
you have a fight coming up.
Yes. Next
Got a
week.
fight coming up next week.
Next week.
I mean, how are we feeling? What's the vibe?
I'm always good, you know? The
Are you
preparation is scared. No.
Really? So you never get scared?
No, I mean, scared. I wouldn't say.
Nervous.
I get nervous. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. I think anyone who does this would be lying to you, or they're being super delusional.
Mm.
I'm a mortal person, but it's all in the preparation. That's where you get your confidence from.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, happens. Like before I got into this, when I was just doing the jiu-jitsu and when I started fighting, I'm like, okay, if I do this, I'm gonna be all into it. So
Yeah.
whatever happens, happens. If like I said, if I get knocked out, I get knocked out. But I'm resolved from the beginning. I'm already dead.
Yeah.
I'm committed to this. So I'm not super scared. I mean,
Yeah. It's just more so nervous. I would be
Yeah.
nervous too. I mean, that's terrifying.
and knowing that I'm training with some of the best guys and guys that are doing this at the highest level, that's a big confidence boost for
Yeah,
sure. It's like
absolutely.
I'm not going to see anything I haven't seen before. I've been through the worst. So
Now, is it like, do you get nervous because so many people are watching you?
No.
Like, do you even think about
no,
that?
I'm not thinking about
Really?
anything but me.
Oh my God, I literally couldn't even imagine. Like, because
No,
it's like, not only are you having to focus on like this, and this is your number one focus, but like then you have so many people in person watching
That doesn't
you.
even factor in.
Really?
I'm completely locked
That's
into the
crazy.
moment. It's
I've
one of the
always
few
wanted
things.
to know that because it seems terrifying that so many people are watching you.
Basketball is a little different. Sometimes, like, I think maybe maturity as well, but
Yeah.
sometimes basketball is a team sport where you have to worry about 4 other teammates too. So that's where it starts getting dicey. And then you got a coach.
Yeah.
You know, all right, if I make a mistake, I'm looking over my shoulder. He's going to yank me out the game. So being free in a team sport, I feel is even harder than doing this. It's just me. No one's subbing me out. So I'm
Yeah.
completely free. Whatever I want to do, I can do.
Yeah.
I don't have to cater to anyone else but what I want to do. So I think
Right.
this fits me a lot better because like I said, I don't like hurting people's feelings at all. Like I was too unselfish in basketball, and sometimes you need to be
really?
selfish. But sometimes what's best for the team isn't what's best for you.
That is very true.
So
And two, I think like with fighting, it's you're not on a team. It's just you.
it's me. I
And
mean, it takes a lot of people. It takes a village. I mean,
of course.
it takes a lot of people to make this happen. A lot of people invested a lot of time
Yeah.
into me. I'm so thankful to everyone that saw something in me and is fostering my talent. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love basketball, but
Basketball is really fun. But yeah, it's a completely different. It's a completely
You're dealing
different
with
thing.
social dynamics, 4 other personalities.
Mhm.
Say we have a really good guy that scores a lot of points, but if you don't give him the ball, he's going to shut down. But we need him to score.
Yeah.
So you have to sacrifice for this guy, even though maybe you shouldn't have, or maybe you should have shot that shot. But maybe if you shoot it, he's not going to be the same. He's going to pout. He's going to
Yeah.
shut down. But we can't afford that.
And it's
So
like one of those things like if someone's having a bad day, you got to pick up the slack.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? It's like it's all the
It's
whole dynamic.
Team dynamics are
And
totally
that's
different.
part of the skill too, though.
Yeah,
It's part
yeah,
of the
yeah.
sport. It's part of the skill to be
Yeah.
able to work as a team. But
Yeah.
with MMA, you're in your own head.
just
You know
me.
what I mean?
There's
It's
no
just
one else.
you and no one else.
Yeah.
And that's a good feeling. I'm
Yes.
sure. That
so
feels really,
freeing.
really nice.
That's the best. I feel
So-
free when I'm in the cage. That's the
Yeah.
one way I can put it.
That's interesting. You feel free when you're in a cage.
Yeah.
I feel like most people, our skin colors wouldn't say that.
That is
you know
true.
what I mean?
That's funny.
So, I mean, what are you eating these days? What's the diet like? What are you doing?
I eat pretty good. I don't really. I
Like,
try to
do
get
you
more.
have to prepare? Like, I mean, I know you have to prepare physically, but like, is there anything that you do before a fight that you're like, this is what I do? Like, are you just like eating the boiled eggs, Jamaican beef patties? Like, what's the deal?
I try to eat like steak, chicken. I try to eat good food, clean food, no fried. Yeah, a lot of protein. Try to get more food in. I train a lot. I'm like obsessive, so it's hard for me to maintain weight. So
yeah, you have to like eat a little bit more.
Yeah, I try to make sure I'm conscious of getting enough protein and stuff in, but I'm not a big eater, so dieting has never really been a problem.
You're more so like I have to eat.
I
have to make myself eat.
Yes.
Damn, I wish I had that problem. I'm over here like you should probably not eat another piece of pizza.
No, I got to force feed my yesterday. I was at we went to Dustin's barbecue, me and my girlfriend.
Oh my god!
And I had to force myself to finish. I'm like in pain. I'm like shoveling down food and.
Dude, I could clear a pound of brisket from Dustin's in a minute. In less than 5 minutes, I got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, barbecue is it.
I love it.
Love it. So you have a girlfriend?
I do.
Okay, how long?
Pretty much the entire time I've been training, so that's been cool.
No way.
So like she's seen me from before I started martial arts to now, so she's been with me the whole ride. It's been amazing.
That's so sick. So, how has that been? Like, has that changed the dynamic?
Martial arts. I mean, she sacrifices a lot.
Yeah.
When she's at work, I'm either training or at home, and then when she comes home, I'm at the gym at night. So we see each other not too much, but we live together, so that helps. But
of course, yeah.
She's been amazing. She
That's
doesn't really
awesome.
add any stress to my life. She's super understanding, and she was like, I thought this was just a hobby, but like I see, like damn, like you're really committed to this.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask, is that that's interesting to watch someone that like didn't have that going on whenever you guys first started dating to like, this is my entire life. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's tough to go through.
Yeah.
Especially for a woman. You know what I mean? Like it's different.
So understanding.
That's awesome though.
Yeah. She's amazing.
It's another point that I've been saying, like any guy that's like super into something or super good at something always has a girlfriend that is like, or wife that's super supportive and like doesn't cause any problems or stress or like extra things in their life. They like are all in. Yeah. And it's a must.
That's huge.
It's a must.
Huge.
That's awesome that she's supportive of that. That's so cool. Does she get like nervous before you fight?
Yeah, she does. It's hard watching your friends. It's like when I watch my friends fight, it's so nerve wracking. Yeah. It's so hard.
Yeah, because it's like you don't want them to get hurt. Yeah. That's like that's like knocked out, like whatever. I want to see Jake get knocked the fuck out so bad.
Why?
But I don't want him to get hurt. You know what I mean? Like I don't want someone to like break his leg or something. That's terrible.
There's no fucking in between.
No.
Knocked out. That's life.
But if they like when you knock out a little bit and then you wake up and you lost.
No, that's brain damage.
Really?
That's a concussion.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Like what I did to that guy.
Sleep and it didn't hurt you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You had to be hurt to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's
scary.
That's
like,
brain damage.
Like at any moment that like something
that could happen. That's a possibility.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So even in your fights, that's a possibility?
100%.
Oh my god.
I'm risking it all for your entertainment.
Really?
Yeah.
Has that happened to you? Has someone broken anything?
No, I don't. I'm pretty healthy.
Okay, that's good.
No.
I couldn't imagine like someone just snapping your leg. Like oh my god, that's terrifying. Yeah. I could not even imagine. What is it like? What's your biggest fear? Like for your fight coming up, example.
I don't think about that.
What's your biggest goal?
Biggest goal? I want to make it to the UFC for sure.
You want to make it to the UFC?
100%.
That's your goal.
100%. I don't know if I'll ever be a champion, but I definitely think I could have some good fights.
Dude, you know what would be crazy? Imagine you're on the fucking UFC game. You're a character.
It'll happen.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Full
That's
circle.
manifest.
Full circle.
You got it.
Full circle.
And I'll download the game and I'll beat you. You'll be the only player I pick.
Yeah.
That would be so wild, Alex. Could you imagine? You're gonna make it happen.
It's gonna happen. I feel.
That's so
only
wild.
A matter of time.
UFC game all the way to the UFC, and now you're a fucking character on the game.
That would be sick.
It's
kind of trippy now.
Yeah.
Like Lyoto Machida, former UFC champion. I'm able to go spar with this guy, and then I go use him in the game. I'm like, damn, this is trippy.
That is trippy.
Like now I'm using guys that are in the game or been around guys that are in the game. So it's like, fuck.
That's great. Cool. It reminds me of like one of those movies where like where they hop into the video game and they become the video game. Yeah. No, imagine it's like what your life should be. That's so cool. Sick. Make it to the UFC. So what do you have to do to get to the UFC?
I just keep winning. One fight at a time.
Keep winning.
Just keep winning. Keep climbing. That's it.
So does someone that's like I am going to sound like a dumbass because I really don't know how it works. So like if you keep winning all these fights that you're winning, keep going. Let's say you do that for like another year, 2 years?
No, way more than that. Probably
5 years?
Realistically, probably.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Oh, you got it. You're good.
maybe get 2 more fights in, go pro.
Okay.
Try to get to like 5-6-0, and Dana White's calling, hey,
really?
Contender Series, let's go. So
you have to get to the pros, win fights there.
Yeah, win about 5-6. If I get
it.
5-6-0, that's when they start calling. Oh, get you on the Contender Series. So I'm training with a few guys now who are like 1 call away. So it's exciting for them, and it's we'll get there. I'm in the right rooms. I don't know. I don't like. Honestly, when I get on the mats with these guys, I'm like, I don't know how the fuck I end up here. I don't belong.
No, seriously, that's happened to me before.
Yeah,
like that feeling where you're like in a place where you feel like you should not be.
Yeah, exactly.
But you should be though. That's like what you have to shift the mindset. Is I should be here.
Yeah,
and you're gonna get it.
That's so awesome that you're doing the comedy stuff though. That's
yeah,
sick.
It's wild. It's definitely crazy.
Probably very similar. Like, damn, I'm watching this now. I'm on it. That's sick.
Super similar. It's actually the exact same thing.
Yeah,
because I've been watching Kill Tony for years now, and it's exactly the same thing, to the point of like I've been watching it on my fucking TV in every shitty apartment that I've ever had, and like at jobs that I hate on my lunch breaks for years. I've been watching this in the lowest points of my life, and like Kill Tony, I've been watching it for all these phases of my life, and then never in a million years would I have ever thought I was going to do stand up. A, and B, never in a bajillion lifetime years would I have ever even imagined I was going to be on Kill Tony.
Yeah,
and then here I am, almost 2 years into comedy, and then my boyfriend's taking me to Austin for my birthday. That's even crazy in itself. Okay, here I am standing at a bar. I don't know any of these fucking people. It's 12 o'clock at night, and I signed up like a dumbass 300 people, and then I get picked, and now I'm standing in front of Tony Hinchcliffe on Kill Tony. Yeah. It's the same exact experience. Exactly the same. And I just remember like getting out of it, and I have my book, and I'm like talking to my parents, and I'm like, I don't even know how to explain this to you. Like, this show I've been watching for years that I have dreamed about being on for years. Yeah. I am literally on it. Like, it's sick. It's a wild experience. Yes. Do you like comedy? Do you watch comedy?
I like comedy. I wouldn't say I watch it too much, but I like it. I don't watch a lot of stuff in general. Yeah. Everything I watch is either like sports related.
So you don't really watch TV or anything?
No.
No shows? Nothing?
No.
You watch anime?
No.
Really? You strike me as an anime person. I think it fits with like the computer science.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Anime. But never got into it.
What's your favorite movie? You watch movies?
I don't really watch movies anymore. Everything I watch is sports related, really.
So like, what do you favorite movie? You watch Rocky? Like, what's the vibe?
Favorite movie? I would say it's super niche, but Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I've never seen that.
It has what is it about? Michael Cera in it. It's just about.
Oh, I literally love Michael Cera. Though. I'll have to see
Dennings is in it. I don't know why. It's always just kind of been my favorite movie. I saw it when I was a kid. I was maybe 6th grade, but just I've been super. I have an eclectic music taste, so a lot of like indie and stuff. What music do you listen to? Anything really. Anything besides country, really. Besides country? I don't like country. Oh, come on now.
You don't like any country?
No, not
so
really.
What's your favorite genre? Rap?
R&B? I guess rap, you could say, yeah. I don't really have a favorite. I like what sounds good to me.
What's your favorite song right now? Like, what do you listen to? If I went on your Spotify or Apple
Music right now, favorite song, probably my walkout song right now. Recognize It by Sean Paul.
That is actually a good song.
Yes.
That is a good song. So I'm going
to play that. That's going to be it.
Sean Paul is him.
I like him.
We love Sean Paul.
Good vibes.
I actually genuinely love Sean Paul.
I love Sean Paul.
I remember whenever I heard you walk out to that song, I'm like, this is such an interesting pick, but it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's actually legit perfect.
Yeah, I like
That's cool. Sean Paul is him. We love Sean Paul.
Yeah.
So, you said you don't really listen to music. Or you listen to music, but
I listen to
music,
watch
movies.
Yeah. Don't really.
What else do you do for fun? You do anything else?
I live a boring life.
You live a boring life?
I train, play video games. No.
Not even a fish?
No.
Nothing?
No.
You seem like somebody that would also have a fish. You seem like someone that you just have a fish because it's like easy.
My only pets, I had 2 hamsters as a kid. And then
you had a hamster too?
Yeah.
I had a hamster as a kid.
Yeah.
A dwarf hamster.
I had one of those, and
really?
I had a Dalmatian hamster, I believe.
A Dalmatian hamster? I've never heard of that.
Yeah. It was
I had a bunny, and it died from eating poison ivy, and my parents lied to me about it. And then after that, I got a dwarf hamster. And I got this dwarf hamster. His name was Hercules, and he was very small, but he was a boy. And he didn't get fixed. So when he got a little bit older, his balls were half of his body weight. He was a dwarf hamster, but his balls took up
huge.
Yeah. I mean, they dragged right behind him, and it's like, why is that even like that? Like, my ex's balls aren't even that big. You know what I mean? Like, what's the deal? That's crazy. Hamsters.
Yeah. After that, never got another pet. The pain of pets dying, I don't ever want to go
right.
through that. So.
Oh my God, it's terrible.
Horrible. So from there, I was scarred. I'm like, never again. I'm cool.
My hamster, I actually let go into the wild because I didn't feel like taking care of it anymore. But I had the bunny, and its name was Chester. And this bunny was the first like pet my parents ever let me have, right? So like Hispanics, we don't really fuck with pets for real. So like I wasn't allowed to have dogs, wasn't allowed to have cats, nothing. So I had this bunny. Its name was Chester. It was my everything. This bunny was my whole life. It was like I was like 4th, 5th grade. I was like starting to find out what like depression was. You know what I mean? And I was just like cutting myself for no reason, like on Tumblr, like just like, you know, I was just goth as fuck. And so then I had this hamster or this bunny. And it was my whole life. I was obsessed with this bunny. And then I go to my grandparents' house for the weekend, right? Come back, so excited to see my bunny. I literally would I had a harness for this bunny. I would take it on walks. It was my life. I get there, and my dad's driving me in the car, and he goes, so, like, I'm not doing this whole, like, sugarcoating shit. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? We're going to cut to this. Your bunny's dead. Oh, and I said, oh. And I'm literally in the car, and I'm, like, sitting there. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, he ate some poison ivy, went outside. He was stale. Ants were all over him, so I threw him out. Man. And I said, are you joking? Like, please tell me you're kidding. And he goes, no, yeah, he was, like, hard as a rock. And I'm like, what do you mean? And I literally go home. I mean, the cage, my dad already sold the cage on Facebook. I was like, you've got to be joking me. Like, Chester's gone. And I am not kidding you. I was depressed for 6 months.
No, it's horrible.
I was emo as fuck for 6 months because of that bunny. It was horrendous.
That was my first real heartbreak.
Whenever the hamster died.
Yeah. And then the second one, like, I never got attached to it again. Like, when it died, it was like,
you didn't care about that one. He was like,
my mom was really attached to that one, but the first one, really,
what were their names?
First one was Humphrey. Second one was PJ.
PJ and Humphrey. Yeah. Oh, that's actually cute. Perfect little hamster names.
Yeah.
I named mine Hercules. I don't know why I named it. I think it's because he was so small. So I was like, oh, Hercules is a cute name.
That's a good one.
And Chester, I don't really know why I was thinking that. And you know what's crazy is, like, literally my bunny died, right? And so, like, I had all these pictures of my bunny on my little binder as he was dead. So I had all these pictures of him. I'm like, I had, like, my everything was around this bunny, like R.I.P. Chester. I like had a face tat, R.I.P. Chester. I was like writing out my face every day, and literally I started getting bullied. Like all these people were like making fun of me because my bunny died.
That's tough.
And that was like the first time I ever genuinely experienced like suicidal thoughts.
Jeez.
Was in like 5th grade. I'm like literally telling my dad like, hey, so like what's that feeling whenever you don't want to be alive anymore?
Yeah.
And my dad's like, so I booked an appointment with a therapist. You're actually you have to go by the state.
Yeah.
So it's That's interesting. So no pets, boring life. So, I mean, you just go home and go to bed?
Go home, stream, go to sleep. Yeah.
How often are you sleeping at night? What's the vibe?
Try to get like 8 hours or so.
8 hours?
Yeah.
That's a good amount. You gotta have at least
7, 8 hours. Depends what I got to do. If I go to Orlando in the morning, I'll go to sleep a little bit earlier, but I'm a night owl.
Are you working right now?
This is what I do.
This is your whole life.
Yeah.
I mean, so
I used to DoorDash a lot, but things are going well. So
yeah, that's good.
This is what I do. Yeah.
That's perfect. So you and your girlfriend have a house together or an apartment?
Yeah, an apartment together. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You live in Melbourne?
Yeah, I live like 5 minutes from here.
Oh, really?
Right down the street.
That's so crazy because I feel like everybody that we've been having on are like, I live 2 minutes from here. I'm like, what? That's cool though.
Yeah.
That's good. So you get to like really focus on this 100%.
That's all I'm doing. Yeah.
And your woman's paying the bills. I mean, that's a good life. Shit, I'm trying to get like that.
No, I pay. We pay like we split a little bit.
She said the second you make it to the UFC, though, that shit's mine.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean,
that has to be such a good feeling, though.
Yeah.
Like one day she's gonna be straight.
Yeah. I mean, I work at the gym. I mean, I guess I do work, but I don't even see this.
Oh yeah, you do work at the gym.
Yeah, I work
at
the gym. Doing? I do sales there, and then I teach the kids.
Oh, you teach the kids?
Yeah. So
that's cool.
Between that, I DoorDash if I have to a little bit, and then I was selling shirts, so those went pretty well. So I haven't really been working at all.
That's cool. Do you like training kids?
Kids are interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You can really see who invested a lot of time into their kid when you bring them in. Like some kids are so well behaved.
Like you're saying, like parent wise.
Yeah, you can see who invests time into their kids and who's just like giving the kid an iPad. And, like,
wow.
So.
Yeah, because we're like coming up on like iPad kid generation where like they're weird, getting older now. Yeah.
Some of them are weird. Like don't really have social skills. Or just some of them just mean spirited, like just mean, just like you don't got to do that. Like
that's hilarious. That is true though. Like it's kind of troubling.
Yeah, no, this next generation, man,
we're fucked.
Yeah, a lot of them are super soft screwed. Too.
Really,
super soft. But yeah, I mean they're kids. But I enjoy it. Like when it goes well, it's so rewarding. But honestly, I don't really enjoy kids that much.
Yeah, kids are definitely a niche interest to have. I don't really know how much I want to be around minors, but it's like kids are so interesting because I love kids in
Super
a lot
genuine.
of different.
They'll let you know anything about.
They'll let you know.
Oh yeah.
The amount of times children have asked me if I was pregnant is actually alarming. The amount of children that have made like just remarks about how I look.
And you can't even be mad. It's like,
you can't even be mad. Like yeah, I mean, I will never, like, if I'm at a pool and I see a kid with goggles on go up underneath me, I can't, like, I don't even want to know what's going to come out of their mouth. Like, they're insane. They say whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I used to,
which
like,
is cool, though. Because it's like,
it is cool.
Not as you get older, that kind of goes away. People have ulterior motives, but kids is literally whatever comes to their head, they're gonna say.
They're just gonna say it. Like, literally, I used to watch Kids for Church whenever I was like in high school, and these kids would be like, "Yeah, my daddy got arrested last night for crack," and I'm like,
"Yes."
And then they just do a cartwheel. And
so
I'm like,
brutally honest and just.
They're ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
They're
the refreshing
wild.
part about it for sure.
Yeah, I've seen some kids are really just genuinely bad, but my parents like were so not with the whole like coddling and like stupid shit, especially when it came to sports. Like my dad was like, you are not gonna be a bitch. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
You are, like, you're here for a reason. If you don't win, it's because you're not good enough.
Exactly,
like, if you didn't get first place, it's because you weren't the best, and that's unacceptable. And, like, that's just what it was.
Yeah.
Like, my dad was, like, the dad that's, like, outside the Dougie whenever I'm playing softball.
Yeah.
That's, like, scary.
Oh, so you played softball?
I played softball, soccer, I know it doesn't look like it now. I played softball, volleyball, soccer. What else did I do? I played flag football. Cool. I was in flag football. Basically, my dad wanted a son, is what I'm trying to say. But it definitely, I played flag football. And you know something about flag football? That's what really made me realize, like, I don't have the temperament to be in an aggressive sport. Like, it genuinely, like, I will think about how I can, like, show up to your house and murder you in your sleep. You know what I mean? Like, that. Like, if someone, like, because in flag football, you're not tackling people. Yeah. But it's way more aggressive than like softball, volleyball, and soccer.
Contact sports, you're saying.
Contact sports. Yes. I'm mentally ill, Alex, is what I'm saying. And there's something wrong with me. So like if someone is like coming out and they punch me or hit me in the face, like where does your mother live? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm looking for. What's the address of your parents' parents' house? Because I'm going to show up there. So I played sports like most of my life, all through middle school, all through high school. And then after high school, I kind of just decided that drugs were a lot better. And that's what I did. I I went to college for a little bit just because I got scholarships for it. So I went to college for a year and I was just wasn't my thing at all. Hated it. Yeah. And I just I sat behind this big guy whose butt crack always showed in algebra every single day. I sat behind him every day and he was so weird. And I was like, I can't, this is not what life's supposed to be. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then I was trying to take Spanish and I kept fucking failing and it was super frustrating. Yeah. So then I stopped going to college and I started my own business. I was doing makeup and stuff, just, here and there. I was like a waitress, just bullshitting through life. And then I decided to go to esthetician school and I really, really enjoyed that. And then I kind of was doing that for a little while. And then I moved here doing that for a little while. And then I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to be a piece of shit and go into sales and marketing. That sounds way cooler. And so, that's kind of what I'm doing. But I'm not I'm not someone that's I'm trying not to put all of my self-worth into my career, if that makes sense. Yeah. I'm not trying to be one of those people that's my job is my life. I want everything outside of that to be my life too. Gotcha. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like jobs where I don't want to have to just collect a paycheck and I hate it, but I also don't want to spend my whole life trying to have work-life balance because I love work so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's tough. So you're 27. So where do you see yourself in 10 years? What are you trying to do?
10 years?
10 years. 10-year mark. You're 37 years old. Where are you at? You partying
probably,
with Conor?
Yeah, probably.
I'll tell you this right now. If you meet Conor McGregor and I'm not invited or I'm not there, I'll personally find you myself.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Because my number one dream in life is to actually meet that man. Yeah. So when you make it to the UFC, I'm there. I'm locked in. Right. I'm sitting next to your sister at every.
I appreciate it.
I'm right there. Whenever you fight him, I'm there.
I don't think he'll be fighting by the time I get there.
I think he will. I think he's one of those people that's never. He's those roaches that you keep hitting and they don't die. Yeah. That's him, right? Yeah. That's how I see him.
Yeah, but at some point, this sport is hard, man. You gotta really want to do this to.
Did you see Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
I love him so much.
Age is a thing for sure.
Yeah, he was in there. Honestly, I think my grandpa moves better than that.
Yeah, no, that looked rough. I mean, you still had the head movement, but no legs. Couldn't explode.
Legs. Who's your number one dream? If you dream come true, I want to fight this person, I want to be in the ring with this person, who are you fighting? Your dream person to fight?
Whoever makes me the most money.
Really?
I don't really.
He said, I'm about fucking bread.
It's not personal. It's just, this is what I want to do.
Okay, what if you had to train with someone?
If I had to train with someone?
Like dream goal to train.
Max Holloway.
Really?
Yeah,
do you want to
100%,
train with him?
100%. Yeah.
He's really good.
He is really good.
He's really good. I think he fought like not that long ago.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He's
that was hard.
Really good.
That was hard to watch.
Yeah. He's really cool though. I've seen him a couple times.
Bad juju streak with Max Holloway.
Yeah, man.
Really? Why?
Anytime I've seen him in person fight, he's lost.
Really?
Yeah.
But then when you're on the TV, he's winning.
Yeah, unless you watch the last one. But yeah.
Don't tell him that whenever you meet him. Say, hey, I'm your bad luck charm.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Max Holloway is really cool.
Sick.
Okay, so that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you don't want kids. You said you're not.
I do want kids, but
yeah.
Not right now. Kids are time consuming. Super time consuming.
Very time consuming.
And the biggest asset I have right now is time.
Time. Yeah. 100%. You have to like put all your time into everything.
Yeah.
That's good. So your fight is coming up. So what are you focusing on right now? Like what's your thing you're doing to prep?
Just staying in shape. Mm-hmm. Staying mentally sharp.
Yeah.
Visualizing, manifesting,
Manifesting is a big deal.
Yeah, no.
It's crazy. 100%. I was literally telling someone the other day, I manifested getting on Kill Tony. Completely manifested. I'm so dead ass.
I didn't believe in it as a kid, but
yeah,
I definitely believe in it now.
Yeah.
100%.
It's a crucial part about success, honestly. Yeah. It's really like talking yourself into this thing of like, this is what's going to happen. This is what I'm going to do. I sounded like a psychopath before I went to Kill Tony, like a week before I was on Kill Tony. Because I was saying like, when I get on Kill Tony, when I do Kill Tony, whenever I do, you know what I mean? And I was just visualizing myself being on it. And then like 2 weeks before we left, or a week before we left, I had a dream of me being on Kill Tony. And I was like, dude, it's happening. Yeah. It's gonna happen. Yeah. And it did. It's genuinely it's a for real thing.
Yeah, like, I definitely believe. 100%.
Yeah. So after this fight, when are you thinking you're gonna do your next fight?
Probably sometime next year, maybe early spring.
Okay.
February, March.
So what's like a normal amount of fights a year? 2, 3?
Yeah, if I could get 3, that's good. 3, 4 fights a year, that's awesome.
Okay. So that's really where you want to be, is like 3 or 4 a year.
The problem, I'm having a hard time getting fights.
Everyone's scared of you.
Unfortunately, I don't see myself like that, but yeah. So
you make them sick to their stomach. They're scared to see you coming. That's so crazy.
That's so crazy. Everyone sees me like that, but I don't see myself.
Really? So like, if someone's like, "Hey, we have Alex Cunningham for a fight," they're like, "I'm straight."
5 people declined this one, and finally someone said yes. So,
Alex, you're him.
I see Alex 3 times a week. I promise we're scared of him.
Really? So 5 people were asked to fight you this coming up fight, and they all said no.
Said no.
Oh my God! If that was me, no one could tell me anything.
Even for a title, I mean, this is for the 170 title. Guys
really?
Didn't want to fight. Yeah,
and they didn't even want to try.
Didn't want to fight. So
who's the psycho that decided to accept it?
Corey Slater.
Okay.
He's an older guy. I think he's 31. I think he's an ex-pro baseball player or something like that. So should be a good scrap. He's game. He's 2-0. I'm 2-0. So it should be good. Should be a good scrap.
Are you guys like on? Have you guys been fighting the same amount?
He hasn't fought in 2 years.
Okay.
But no, I don't really.
Awesome. Well, that's exciting. If you feel like you guys, do you think it'll be a good fight?
For me.
Period. And clip it. One thing about it. Oh my God, we should clip when he wins. Clip that.
Yeah, 100%.
It's about to go dummy. It's about to go dummy.
Some type of bass drop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How does it genuinely? I want you to walk me through the feeling of you punch them and you knock them the fuck out. Whole crowd cheers. How does that feel? Like if you had to describe that.
You can't. It honestly feels like I'm watching myself. Like
really,
I'm beside myself. I'm not in control of what's happening after that. I knock the guy out and I kind of just black out.
100%. I would black out right with the guy that knocked out.
I watch it. I throw my mouthpiece and I'm like, this.
It's surreal feeling.
I love Alex's went out at this specific. Yeah. Alex finished the guy, looks down at him, turns around, and then there's like a whole full second before he's like,
because it's like you have to process what just happened.
What just happened?
Suck back into his body.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel bad?
No, he signed up for this, and he's trying to do the same thing to me. So
that is true. That is true.
He's in my way.
You're trying. You guys are all trying to do the same thing.
Yeah. So it's not personal.
Ever feel bad? I feel like I would feel bad.
No, he's trying to do the same thing to me. If he could, he would. So
yeah, 100%. That's such a crazy feeling, such a surreal feeling.
A little bit, yeah. No, it's awesome. And then you're just so happy after.
100%.
You're just relieved it's over.
Yes,
this big build up, and you're just happy it's over.
Yeah, because like I feel like if anybody could choose, it would be knockout in the first 5 seconds.
100%.
It's like boom, it's done. I'm done for the night.
It's relief. Yeah.
It is relief. It's like the same feeling of like when you know like all day or all week you have to do a show and you have to do 20 minutes, this and that, and then it's finally fucking over, and you're like,
yes,
woo.
okay. You can relax now.
Yeah, exactly. But we don't get like a knockout moment. It's just,
I tell Alex before every fight, he can attest to it. I tell him every time, let's go have fun, bro. Just go have fun.
Yeah, that's exactly what you have to do.
After do out, I was like, we had some fun, let's go to Chili's. So now that's what it is.
One thing,
let's do it.
listen,
let's get
after that fight, I had one of the best nights at Wingstop I've ever had. Like, we tried to go to Chili's, but it was too packed.
Yeah, I think I just went home.
Manny went, and Malik was there.
Yeah.
I ate the fuck down on some Wingstops.
We were just
is
chilling. Good. I love Wingstop.
It was actually, I know, I'm really sad because I'm not going to be at your fight on the 23rd.
That's okay.
I have a show, so it's very depressing.
So do your thing,
I wanted to go, but I can't wait to hear whenever you knock him out.
I appreciate you.
He's done so. Corey, you're out of here. You're out of here.
Whatever happens.
He's done for. So where's the fight at?
It's Fort Pierce. Rise of a Warrior by Combat Night, Havard L. Fence Center.
Okay. Where can people buy tickets?
I got a link in my bio.
Okay. What's the Instagram? Drop it.
At Rasta Reverend.
Rasta Reverend?
Yeah.
Oh.
On all platforms.
Love that. Rasta Reverend.
Yeah. So it's going to be a good scrap. A lot of good fights. A couple of my teammates are fighting, so I'm excited for them. Jordan from our gym. Malik is fighting.
Oh my God.
Ian is fighting.
Everyone.
And then
Ian?
Yeah, Ian is fighting. And then a couple guys from my gym in Orlando are fighting on the card as well.
Sick. So it's the squad.
It's a big, it's going to be a good event. And
you know one thing about that place, so their concession really has let me down the last few times.
It's not good?
The like the food.
It's not good?
Not really. The drinks are fire. They have like the whole little bar situation going on. They have a bunch of stuff, but it's like, I mean, these tickets aren't cheap. Like, I mean, what's the food deal situation? That's sick. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm excited to have a drink when I'm done. I haven't drank in who knows how long.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you better get fucked up. If you're gonna get a drink. If you're gonna get a drink, go to Chili's 2 for 1.
Yeah.
You got it. Margaritas.
Let's do it, man.
Chili's 2 for 1.
Yeah.
Do that, and you'll be.
Get a drink, 1 or 2 beers, and I'm cooked.
Like, are your parents gonna be there?
My parents can't watch.
Oh, why?
It's
they're scared.
Nerve-wracking for them. Yeah.
It's too much.
Too much. Yeah. This is not It's not basketball. This is. As much as I don't want to make it seem serious, this is serious. Like,
do they not watch clips or anything?
After it's done, yeah, but it's like this is.
But your sister's
we're not playing patty cake. No, my sister believes in me.
Yeah.
So that's like the biggest. She knows like the work I put in and stuff. So.
So your parents are like, I can't watch my son do that.
No, it has to be hard. I can only imagine though, like one day you're gonna have someone you care about fight, and you're gonna be like, oh.
Yeah.
You'll feel it. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
It is terrifying. Like I can't. It's scary because.
Yeah, like watching John fight. It doesn't feel good. So.
I've come to every single one of your
yeah, even watching that, like it's
no,
like,
even for me, like.
Yeah. It's nerve wracking. Yeah, God is like
young. I know.
Oh.
He's gonna do good.
Yeah. He's gonna kill it.
He's gonna kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like one of those things because even like watching Malik and you, like you guys aren't my friends, you're Drake's friends, but like I feel like I'm literally sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm terrified because it's like I don't want you guys to lose and I know you won't, but it is very nerve-wracking.
And then
because
imagine
it's like
that being your
anything
son
can happen
or,
so fast.
Yeah, that's where it's like, oh fuck, my mom hates it. Hates it. She's always worried. Like the first thing she asks me is like, is the other guy okay? My mom is such a.
Oh.
But yeah.
Is he okay?
Yeah.
That would be me. I would be the one that's like, oh my God, please help him up.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm so excited. You're gonna kill it.
Yeah, I'm excited to do it.
So Rise of Warrior, Fort Pierce.
Yeah.
Link in his bio. Rasta Reverend, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Love that. Very Jamaican. Gorgeous.
Let's do it.
Anything else you want to plug? Anything else you got coming up, going on?
No.
Shout out the gyms. What you doing?
Shout out Fusion Excel, Control Jiu-Jitsu. Hey. Anyone who's invested in me. I got a lot of people that support me, man. So can't do this without you guys and
your number one sponsor will be Unstable Creatures podcast.
Hey,
it'll be sponsor on his UFC shorts one day.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
We'll be the patch. We'll be on that bitch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming. I'm so glad you guys
for having me.
Talk.
It's been fun. Yeah. I've never done anything like this. I stream, so I'm kind of used to talking, but
that's good.
This is different. I like this. This is cool.
Not bad though.
Yeah, I liked it. It was easy.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
It's gonna get 1 million views. And it was crazy was when you're in the UFC, I'm gonna say, look, Joe Rogan, I got clout.
Yeah.
Look who I had on the pod years ago. I've been locked in one thing about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then when you get Conor McGregor's cell phone number, I'm gonna need it.
All right, I got you.
Got to text him the number.
Love that.
And say, hey, I have a friend named Selena. She's obsessed. All right. Well, thank you.
Bye. Peace, guys.
Watermelon goblin size of King Kong. Watermelon goblin size of King Kong. Glasses shattering, million fractions on my face. I can't seem to put them back together in one place. Fractured all my fingers, swollen tongue is out of taste. Cut down all my trees, I'm catching monsters by the lake. I hope I'm not wrong.